Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you being here today. I'm doing something very, very different. Very, very different. So it's that time of year where 2K wants feedback for their next WWE game. And if there's anybody who's got some feedback, it's your boy. So I actually thought it'd be a really cool idea today to sit down and map out kind of my vision for 2K Online. So I have my new iPad that Michelle got for me. I'm so obsessed with it. Like, I use this thing all the time. I haven't drawn in like over a decade, and I've just been like drawing random stuff. I'm obsessed with it. It's crazy. But I have so many different like random thoughts in my head about like some features and stuff that I want to see. I just thought the coolest way to do it would be to kind of like draw it out, map it out, write it out, so we can all kind of visualize it together. So I'm using, what the hell is it called? Sketch, Adobe Sketch. I'm pretty sure it's like a light version of Photoshop for the iPad. And without further ado, we getting into some thoughts for 2K20 Online. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, hit that thumbs up button. Here we go. So in my opinion, one of the modes that has lacked severely for years in WWE games is the online mode. It's kind of hard to compare it to other games that are out right now that are popular as far as multiplayer go. Like it's never going to be Fortnite. It's never going to be Apex. It's never going to be any of those types of online multiplayer games. However, it can still have this interactive online feature. In my opinion, online should not feel like just another mode. It should feel like an experience. And I'm gonna reference this a lot throughout this video, the NBA 2K neighborhood concept. If you never played it, I absolutely recommend you check out the 2K online stuff. They have, you know, you could do pickup games, you could train and work out, you could do like, what the hell's it called? Dodgeball and other like really fun random stuff. Go get your hair cut, all this other really cool stuff that I absolutely loved about the NBA 2K games. Now, of course, you can't put all of that into a WWE game, but there is a lot more there that you could use, in my opinion, than most people probably think. How do we fit it all into a WWE game? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna draw a little box first. Spat out. So how does your online experience begin? Well, it begins with, obviously, your character. This is you, Tanya, Tommy, Tony, whatever the hell, Johnny the Jabroni, whatever your name is, I don't really care. You start with your online character, you create it with no limitations, okay? Some stuff is locked, sure, but none of this stuff in the previous years with like, hey, here's 6 outfits to begin with, pick from one. When you head into the online mode, you don't just click a button and nothing happens. Here's what actually happens. You are spawned into the WWE Performance Center. All around the Performance Center, there's maybe 5 or 6 different rings. These represent rings because they're squared circles, like different rooms and different sections, okay? Over here, you have a workout section where you can lift weights. That's a weight. That's not a pair of glasses. That's a weight. You could lift it. And I'm talking about like interactive workouts like we used to have in games, like that's in the 2K NBA games now, whether you're running on a treadmill or jump roping or whatever have you. I think an interactive train, like it just makes so much sense in a WWE game. Like training, honestly, it's more important in a wrestling perspective than an NBA perspective. I'm not gonna say more important because both are incredible athletes that have to stay in like tip-top shape, but you get what I'm saying. Like training is such a very important part of being a WWE superstar, so that should be a big portion, in my opinion, of growing your character as a whole. Now, all of these rings throughout the Performance Center have different stipulations, or you know, whatever the hell. So this is a 1v1. This is a tag one. This is a weekly 2K hosted one that changes, and it's Hell in a Cell one week, and you know, one week it's Falls Count Anywhere, and it switches from 1v1 to a triple threat, etc., etc. Again, I'm gonna be referencing the NBA game a lot in this. Basically the same way that they have their setup. They have courts set up throughout whatever park, whatever area you wanted to go to. The same thing applies. You have spaces that your character can walk up to, interact with, and get ready for that match. So when you come into a lobby, when you go online, you're not the only one in there. There ideally should be tons and tons and tons, my iPad's falling, and tons of people on the server. much like there is in the neighborhood. So you could walk up to Tommy the Destroyer over here and challenge him to a match, or you know, just talk some trash, like cut a promo on him, or just emote, you know, all that type of stuff. The interactivity in online is what's missing from 2K, because right now you just click a button, the little circly thing loads, you load into a match, the other person spams 45 running moves, and then the match is over. Am I right or am I wrong? Thank you. Picture this. I invite Pulse to a lobby, right? And so me and him are tagged up together. We spawn into here. We can walk up to this guy and just emote in front of him just because we feel like it. Do a couple taunts in front of him. We can walk up to this guy and be like, hey, we are two guys. Get yourself one more partner and meet us over here. And then we wait over here while this jabroni goes and finds a tag team partner and says, yo, let's fight. And then there's, you know, 2,000 VC at stake in this tag team ring that we then go online and fight for. Whether you're training or doing matches or doing whatever, you're building up your overall let's go level LVL. You're building up your overall level for your character. So then you level up to level 3. Now you can put together a stable of people. Now every time me and Pulse team together, it's tracking the stats of both of us as a tag team. And then, hey, Johnny's online. We can add him to the stable now because I'm level 3. Even though they might be new, as long as someone's, you know, level 3, they can create their own stable. Then you're level 5 and you unlock a jabroni, all 5,000 other things. As you move along, you're getting incentives and things that you can add to your character. Taunts, like I said, emotes, that type of stuff. I'm really big on these emotes, as you could probably tell, but I think that's something that's gonna draw people in and just add to the interactivity. The more you rank up, the more wins you get, the more cool stuff you unlock. And not like, you don't unlock pants 42 or like Shawn Michaels hat 1996. Like, you unlock some cool, creative, unique stuff, like stuff that kind of stands out from your normal created character items. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. I'm not even close to done yet. So let's say this is you, right? This is you right here, and you're like, you know what? I did some matches. I trained a little bit. I did what I could here. I want to go back. I want to go back on to my career. Here's the GM office. You walk over to the GM office and you can continue your career. You hop back on the road. You jump right back into where you were in the story. You can jump right back out of where you were in the story. Come here to train a little bit. Do online matches. So I think there's a cool opportunity the way that NBA 2K does it, again for the 1,000th time, that you can connect your My Player character with your online experience. So the cool thing about that too is that all your stats would carry over. So when you walk up to somebody online and you're like, oh, press X to interact, and it's gonna bring up their thing, and it's gonna say, oh, online they're 3-1, and then they're a 2-time, you know, world champion in career mode, 3-time intercontinental champion, and then he can also look at mine, but I'm only a 1-time job. So all of it kind of comes together, and you can use this to showcase like just how badass your character is, because people spend so much time developing their custom characters, and then, you know, they go online and then you fight somebody and then you win, then it's like, okay. And like, unless you have a YouTube channel and you post it or something, who really knows, you know? So this way you can interact with people, you can challenge people, you can like try to reign supreme as just the GOAT of the online experience, because everybody in the lobby is going to be able to tell just who has leveled up to what, you know what I'm saying? I really hope I'm explaining this in a way that y'all can keep up with. But there's a few more things. There's a couple more things that you can add on top of that, because another important thing about online stuff is ranked mode, right? So here's your performance center, whatever, but over here, there's a big set of double doors with a big sign over it with lights on it or whatever that says whatever, showtime or big stage or some crap like that, where you are now entering your ranked mode. So now you're going into big arenas. You're going into your Raw arenas, your SmackDown arenas. You're getting your entrances and you're kind of getting the full overall experience. But now these are ranked matches. So these matches matter. You try to level up and be competitive. I don't really know. There's people that think competitive can work in WWE because it kind of has before, but I don't know if competitive can really work with the way that the game is now, but I think a ranked mode could be cool for like people who just want to take it to the next level. Because me, I would just be messing around in here all the time. I'd be going online, running out to people, taunting them, challenging them to 1v1s, bringing my friends in, doing tag team matches online. Like, that would be my bread and butter. But some people might just want to be like, I am the man, come beat me. You know what I mean? So they would go into, oh God, why do I keep clicking the eraser? So they would go into the, I completely lost my train of thought. They would go into the ranked mode and do all that. This is a lot of fun. I'm just dueling crap anywhere. This looks like hot garbage also, but it is what it is. One final thing. Might not be a final thing because I'll probably think of something else. So we have the rank section over here, blah, blah, blah. Over here, there's another area you can walk into. Guess what? Just take a guess what this one says. Battle Royale, or more specifically, probably Royal Rumble. So this is interesting because I know it's possible. I know that it should work. The question is, would it actually work? A 30-man battle royale online mode. They run either every 30 minutes or even like once a day. I don't know. They obviously don't run every minute because it's going to be tough to get 30 people together in one session. Essentially what would happen, you would enter that room or that arena or that lobby or whatever it is, and ideally it would be cool if you kind of had the whole animation like where you actually drew a ball from one of those like one of those little cranky things, but I'm thinking way too far ahead. Regardless, you get 30 people in that lobby. Everyone is assigned a random number and you spectate until your number's up. If you're number one, you know, the further you go, the more VC you earn. The less you're in the match, you know, the less VC you earn. And if you're eliminated, you can either spectate or you can just leave. Now, that would also probably bring up the problem of, okay, well, if 30 people join, are they all going to stay there? If someone draws number 30, are they really going to wait there for 30 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Just to maybe win the match. And if they're only in the match for a couple minutes, only get like 10 XP out of it. So there's certain things about it that need to be taken into consideration. But I know that, come on, man, Battle Royale, hello, it's a wrestling game. Like there's something there that I think that they can capitalize on, and they should do it now before Battle Royales start to die down again. Like, they're hot right now. The hottest thing in gaming right now, whether people like it or not, are Battle Royales. If 2K wants to start having their game like be taken more seriously, I think they need to start making a more mainstream push with all this type of stuff. WWE is such a niche thing, but that doesn't mean that you can get people who don't watch wrestling anymore to enjoy it. Like, you can still accomplish that if the game is fun and if the game has all these different types of functions. So, oh man, I'm pretty sure that covers most of what's been on my mind as far as online goes. I would love to see, let me make this boy thicker. I would just love to see an online area, a lobby, multiple people spawn into. We can all interact with each other. Like I said, there's rings. Like, there's an opportunity there to really make this game compete with the freaking NBA games, because the NBA games are great. They really are, from the cutscenes to like the ridiculous stuff you can do online. All of that would just fit so perfectly in the WWE 2K games, in my opinion. So that's pretty much that. If you guys have any ideas of your own or thoughts on my stuff, please let me know in the comments below. One final thing though, I know I said this before. Let me make this really big. Here's the thing. None of it matters if the core of the online is butt cheeks. Okay? There's no reason that there should be like a full 2 seconds between me pressing a button and the character on screen doing something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. The online netcode, whatever it is, the core of it has to be fixed first, or none of this is going to matter, because no matter what kind of fun features and cool ideas you got, if the functionality is not there, it doesn't matter. So, is all this gonna be in 2K20? If I'm a betting man, I'm saying probably not. But hopefully, at least we're starting to take a step in the direction of this looks gross. That's how you got to move it in the proper right direction of positivity. Thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate you listening to me ramble about this nonsense. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Oh God, as hard as you possibly can. Stay tuned for much more. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.